of it was that Islam is like this rock. Most people, if they saw this rock, would not give it a second glance. Most people, if they are presented with Islam, will not give it a second glance. Most people, if they saw this rock, would not consider taking it home, examining it, learning anything about it. If it got in their way, they'd push it aside. Most people are not interested in examining Islam for what it contains within. If the Muslims get in the way, they'll push us aside. But Islam is very much like this rock, because the deeper you look into it, the more magnificence you will find, the more beauty, the more wonder, the complexities that will delight the mind and eye are all within Islam. So I had my opening. Looking within the rock, you discover that which you never imagined would be. Looking within Islam, people also discover that which they would never imagine to be. And it's up to us to try and make that possible. But we have to make it possible within ourselves as well, because we do not always know what Islam has to offer. And so we look and we find difficulties in our path. We find trouble in our path. We find insurmountable odds within our path. And we don't examine and see what it is that we can gain from that experience. And yet within every difficulty, within every problem that Allah places before us, there is a benefit, there is a beauty, there is a process that will help us to grow and to develop in ways that far exceed what we would have imagined before. As we're dealing with life, a lot of things happen to us sometimes that are very distressing. You know, we'll be faced with illness, we'll be faced with financial loss or loss of prestige or a lot of different things like that. And we will feel sorry for ourselves and we'll complain about them. But if we actually are reading the Quran and Sunnah, we know that anything and everything that happens to us has within it a benefit. And rather than complaining about the ugliness that we are now hit with the hardness that we are now hit with, we need to examine deep inside and see what the experience has to bring to us, to offer to us. Because you may discover that that experience is the greatest experience that you will ever have had.